A few days later, Lane tells Lo, they belong to an organization called Black Ares. These people turn demi-humans into slaves and sell them to other countries. I also learned more about this organization. Their target is not just any normal slave, but beautiful girls, demi-humans, and elves. I'll send more men for patrolling tonight. Okay, I am leaving now. Meena says, hey, master, I am really worried about Annie. She always comes and goes from the castle. She doesn't have any abilities to protect herself. I think she might become their target. Lo says, don't worry, I'll assign someone to protect her. He was about to kiss her when Bafu comes in and says, hey, Lord. Lo shouts, hey, Grandpa. How many times have I told you to knock before entering? Bafu says, sorry, Master. I have some bad news. Our vegetables are being stolen. Lo thinks to himself, what? The vegetables are being stolen? After a while, he reaches the place. A girl named I says, there are guards here, but still, I don't know how. Lo says, Aunt, don't worry. I'll find out what's going on here. Then he goes to Ben and says, Uncle Ben, did you find out? Ben says, the thief broke the fence, entered, and stole some cucumbers. The footprints show that it's only one person. He cut the wood with a long sword. He's no normal person, Master. Could it be that others found out we are growing vegetables here? Are they stealing and selling them elsewhere? Lo says, it's not clear yet, but I think he will strike again tonight. Please send New to guard here and catch that thief as soon as possible. Ben replies, okay, young master. The next day, Lo says, Master, forgive us. We were guarding all night, but we didn't realize when the thief came. Ben hits him and says, so much happened here, and you didn't notice. Lo says, he really is no normal person. Meena says, Master, let me guard tonight. Lo says, okay, I really want to meet this thief. That night, we see the thief coming again and thinking to himself, are all the guards gone today? Did they figure out that they will never catch me? I am not someone who will fall into a trap. In this cold weather, vegetables are growing here, so the owner is no fool. They didn't keep guards here to make me relax. But I know for sure that someone inside is waiting for me. Then he walks inside and says, but what can I do? In this cold weather, there's a vegetable here, and there's not much danger. I'll grab some vegetables and leave. Suddenly, a hand comes out of the ground, grabs his foot, and says, hey thief. Finally, we caught you. Then everyone tries to catch him, but he lifts him up and throws him away. Just then, someone attacks him and says, hey thief. You won't escape today. But he easily dodges the sword attack. Then he punches him hard and starts running away. Just then, Meera attacks him from behind and says, drop your weapon. You won't escape from here. He's about to attack Meera when suddenly someone arrives with light and says, here's the thief. Catch him. Meera says, wait. It's you, right? You came to save Viva, didn't you? Avery says, hey. You are the same cat. Then both of them speak together. Hey. What are you doing here? Meera says, you were stealing my master's things. Avery replies, I'm not stealing. I just borrowed them. I'll give you the money later. Just then, Lou arrives and says, oh. This seems right, since you're going to give the money. Avery, looking at Lou, thinks, human. Lou says, but this cucumber is very expensive. I don't know if you can even afford it. Avery angrily says, I'm a royal knight. I can afford this much. Lou says, alright. But the stuff you've stolen recently is worth 30 silver coins. Avery, shocked, says, what? 30 silver coins? How can this cucumber be worth 3 silver coins? Lou replies, have you ever seen vegetables in winter? These vegetables are very rare, and their value increases significantly. A cucumber costs 100 copper coins. Meera thinks to herself, his account is back on. Avery, hearing this, is shocked and thinks, oh no, I don't have that much money. Meera says, hey master. Avery helped us save Viva's tribe. Lou says, okay. Since you helped us, we forgive you for the vegetables you stole. Now, you can leave. Avery angrily says, I've told you, I didn't steal. And I'm not leaving. I just borrowed it. I'll give you the money. Lou says, do you have 30 silver coins? Avery replies, not right now, but I'll give them to you later. Lou says, later? When you leave, where should I find you for the money? You don't have the money now, So how about you stay here and work with me? Avery says. Work? I won't bother weak people for you. Lou replies, no, I need a bodyguard. I want you to save some people. Avery thinks to herself, you can never trust humans. But I don't have any other choice. Then she says, all right. On the other side, Belle says, I am really hungry. Annie says, until the master arrives, you cannot eat. Avery says, wait, give this sound. Then she breaks the door and enters, saying, Princess, is that you? Henry quickly goes to Nikolai and says, this is a ghost. Master, please help me. Avery says, Princess, it's me, Avery. Annie says, you are lying. Avery died a long time ago. Then we are shown what happened earlier. Avery says, Princess, stay hidden here. Don't make any noise. I will somehow get rid of these people. I will come back to get you. Annie says, all right. After a while, Annie thinks, why hasn't Avery arrived yet? Let me go and check where she is. Then she hears someone laughing. She goes and sees many demi-humans lying dead and some have been captured. They are talking, let's sell this one. We'll make a lot of money. Annie, panicking, says, there are humans here. This means Avery must be dead. Then she runs away crying. Avery says, Princess, I was not dead. It took me a long time to fight the night. I got severely injured, and when I came back, you weren't there. I have been alive all these years just because I had to find you. I thought I would never see you again. Then Annie hugs her and, crying, says, Avery, is that really you? I missed you so much. Avery says, Princess, yes, it's me. Don't worry, I am back now. Everyone is shocked and says, Princess. Viva says, is it really you? The one who helped us that day? Belle says, Orc Knight. Is that you? Avery, whom you were looking for, turned out to be Annie. So this is the Princess of Brutus, right? Viva, astonished, says, what? Annie is the princess of the Brutus kingdom? Nikolai says, when you ran away from home, you both separated. Then humans caught you, right? Annie says, after that, I met Mina. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known what to do. Mina says, yes. I remember. When I met Annie, she was saying she was a princess and was educated. But I thought she was joking, so I didn't pay much attention at that time. Belle laughs and says, I knew you didn't think she was really a princess. Annie, angrily, says, hey, I am a princess, understand? If you had told Bella earlier, I would have met Avery before. Viva says, I'm so confused. And in the Lou family, there are line orcs, right? Annie says, the thing is, my mother was from the Fox family. When a baby is born, the father's features usually dominate, but after a while, the mother's features also come through. Then we are shown that some people are bothering Annie. Suddenly, the maid says, hey, please, don't hurt the princess. The boy says, this isn't a princess. Our father is a lion, so how can she be a fox? All the members of his family are lions, and she's the only fox. That's why her siblings always bothered her. Then Elsa arrives and says, stop right there. They run away, saying, Elsa has come. Let's run from here. Then Elsa goes to Annie and says, hey Annie, are you okay? Annie says, yes, I'm fine. I can never lose to those people. Elsa smiles and says, that's what I thought. I knew Annie was a very powerful girl. Now, get up. Annie says, hey Elsa. Elsa says, what happened? Annie says, am I not my father's daughter? Elsa says, honestly, you are so silly. You are very brave. You are definitely your father's daughter. Then Annie says to everyone, I always stayed at home, so no one knew me. Viva says, your sister was a Valkyrie, right? She was a huge idol for everyone. Annie says, correct. Elsa was really nice, she was always with me. I really miss her a lot. Avery says, don't worry, princess. Elsa is very smart and powerful, she will be fine. She might be looking for you right now. Yes. Apart from that, I met Prince Dis in Blade City. He was looking for you. Annie says, he's looking for me? He must be searching for the map. Ari says, please speak carefully. There are so many people here. Annie says, don't worry, we are family. Then she takes out the map from her pouch and places it in front of everyone. They say, what is this? Annie says, this is the last treasure of Brutus' kingdom. Lou says, what? The last treasure? Annie, this is half the treasure, and the other half is with my sister. It's useless to me and has always been a huge problem for me. Master, if you want it, you can take it. Lou says, no, Annie, you keep it, whether it's useful or not. Hey, everyone listen. Whatever has been discussed here, don't speak outside, or Annie will get into a lot of trouble. They say, okay, Master. Lou, alright, let's eat. I'm very tired. Every, after hearing this, is shocked and thinks to herself, this person. Belle says, I'm really hungry, give me some food. Nicole says, hey, eat slowly. The food is not going anywhere. Annie, giving food to Every, says, hey, eat quickly, or Belle will eat your food. Every, Princess, why are you giving me food? Annie, don't call me princess, you can call me Annie. Every, no, you will always be a princess. Annie, alright. I order you to try this once and see. She then starts eating, and shouts, this is really very good, and starts eating quickly. The next day, we see a training field. Mina and Every are fighting each other. A man says, Master, should we stop them? Otherwise, they'll hurt each other. Lou says, it's okay, they are not using their full strength. Then Mina walks up to Lou and says, Master, what are you doing here? Lou, while stroking her cheek, says, good morning, Mina. Looks like I should have kept the morning training first. Mina, shyly, says, we just arrived. Master, are you also going to train here? Lou, yes, absolutely. Then Every says, hey Mina, should I fight with him? Lou always takes care of the princess, I want to thank him. Every thinks to herself, this boy looks so weak. How dare he? He told the princess to call him master? When I defeat him, the princess will be with me. Mina, master. Lou, don't worry, relax, Mina. Every, now, I'll defeat you. Lou, give it your all and attack. Then Every attacks Lou, but he dodges and strikes hard on her sword. Every thinks to herself, damn it. I can't hold the sword. The sword slips from her hands. Lou says, I already told you, don't underestimate me. He thinks to himself, since I started traveling between two worlds, my body has become much stronger. My prediction abilities have also increased. Then he says, hey, do you want to fight more? Every, yes, absolutely. Come on. Then Lou defeats her again and says, you're hitting very hard, but if someone is faster than you, this attack won't work. Then he defeats her again and says, hey, you're using too much strength, that's why you're struggling to make another attack. If you miss it, you'll be knocked out like this. Ae says, once more. On the other side, the soldier says, hey, Miss Mina. When we compete with you, we don't attack with all our strength. Mina says, because the master knows that there is doubt about his strength. Ae says, because he is very concerned about Annie's safety. That's why the master is showing her his strength, so she understands that he can save her. The soldier says, now I get it. On the other side, Lo says, hey, we will practice the next day. Today, I'm very busy. Every thinks to herself, I'm really shocked. Lo is so powerful, I need to work harder to get stronger. If I were stronger, I could have saved the princess. Then Lo says, Every, right. You are strong. Your job is to save Annie. Every says, of course. I will save the princess. Lo says, alright, thank you. Then, after a while, he looks outside and says, it's been snowing for the past 3 days. Nicole says, yes, it's gotten much colder than before. Then he thinks to himself, the current situation is really bad. The workers won't be able to work in this cold, but we have to make steel. The merchant team is coming soon. We need to produce the materials very quickly. Then he says, hey, Annie, how many clothes do we have left? Annie says, wait, let me check. Then she sits Every down and says, Every, you play a game here. Mina says to Every, this is a very easy game. I'll teach you. Annie, while looking at a book, says, Master, we have 18,000 clothes in storage. We are making 200 clothes daily. Lo says, this is enough for the first order. And what about the pots? Annie says, we have 8,000 pots, which will allow us to make 1,000 cans, even more. Lo says, we really have very few people, that's why our production is very low. Every listens to their conversation and says, I know a place where you can find a lot of people, but they are all slaves. I feel like a lot of them are going to die because of this cold weather. Lo says, how much will the slaves cost? Then he thinks to himself, if the price is low, I'll buy a few people. We are really short on people. If I free them from there, they'll work hard here, and more people will come to Young City. Then Mina, shocked, says, did we lose? Viva says, she just learned this, but she's playing much better than us. Annie says, this won't cost you anything. You just have to bring them here. Lo says, what are you trying to say? Every says, Blade City is a slave country, but all the slaves live outside the city. Lo says, that city is under Disc's control, right? He has the Light Group team. I don't think Disc will let me take the slaves so easily. Every says, yes, absolutely. will you really bring all those slaves here? Lo says, yes, absolutely. If more than 1,000 orcs come here, I won't have any problem because we have plenty of rice to feed them. Avery, hearing this, is very shocked and cannot say anything. Lou says to Avery, let's talk about the plan. Look at this map and tell me where Blade City is. Avery points to the map and says, here it is. It will take 1 day to get there. Annie says, if we go by boat, we'll reach in 1 day, and there won't be any problem getting there. Lou says, there are a lot of people from Young City who are new. They will bring so many servants here, and they'll have to fight the knights there. I don't think they will be able to defeat them. Annie says, yes, you rewrite. How can we do this without fighting the knights? Then, Avery says, Princess, the people from Blade City are looking for me. If they see me, they'll definitely start chasing me. I'll keep the knights there busy. Annie protests, no, this is very dangerous. Avery responds, please, let me do this. Lou says, forget about it. You won't be able to handle so many knights. Avery thinks to herself, yes, he's right. Des will send 10 more knights to kill me. Annie says, Master, we can use this treasure. Avery quickly says, Princess, please don't do that. Annie explains, our main goal is to distract Blade City's main army and bring all the servants here. Avery, you can never do this alone. The person who has this map will be powerful and have many people with him. To get the map, he will send a lot of people. Lou says, looks like you already have a plan. Annie asks, Avery, you were saying that they were chasing you, right? Have they reached Young City? Avery replies, at that time, it was snowing heavily, but I feel like they must have reached Young City by now. Master, let them know in Young City that some people from Blade City are here, but don't say anything about arresting them. I have a plan that will make other people leave. Then, the scene shifts to Young City, showing a restaurant. Everyone is having dinner there. Suddenly, a man says, hey, stop. We've been searching for Avery for so long. Do you know anything about her? The other person replies, no, I don't know anything. Then, their leader angrily shouts, and you're eating without gathering any information? Quickly find her and stop joking. If the Lord finds out we can't find her, he will kill us. Annie overhears this and says, I found Blade City's orcs. After a while, they finish eating and come out. Nicole says to Viva, hey, Viva, tell the kids not to go out and play. There's word going around that mountain thugs have arrived in Young City. Viva asks, mountain thugs? Are they here for our grain? Nicole replies, I heard they're after the wolf demi woman. Also, they have over 200 people with them. Then, they start talking and say, apart from us, someone else is also looking for them. Then, the security guard says, as soon as you suspect someone, catch them. They might be part of the mountain thugs team, so be alert. Lyra thinks to himself, damn. There are more than 200 of them. If they catch her, we won't be able to fight them. Suddenly, Avery starts running away. Everyone is shocked and says, isn't that Avery? The leader shouts, hey, what are you all staring at? Quickly catch her or she'll get away. Then, they all run after Avery and reach the city gates. Just then, they hear loud shouting. The leader says, there's a voice coming from over there, let's go. Then, he goes there and sees that people attack Eddie and say, quickly hand over the map, or I'll kill you. The leader, shocked, says, how did they know about the treasure? Avery says, no, who are you? But they reply, we are the mountain gang. We've been looking for you for years, and finally, we found you. Another man says, she's been running for so long, so I think she must have the map. Then, Avery stands up and says, I won't give you the map under any circumstances. The man then kills her and says, you talk too much, and takes the map from her. The leader then shouts, everyone attack together. We won't let them escape. The thugs say, another team has arrived here, kill all of them. Then, they begin attacking with arrows. The leader says, there's no need to worry. You can easily avoid arrows. As they try to dodge, one of the arrows hits their leg. Then one man says, leader, this arrow is very powerful, you should run. The leader replies, damn it. I have to run. I need to report this news to the Lord quickly. Then the thugs shout, quickly chase him and kill him. Then Oasi says, you were chasing him, right? What are you doing standing here? Avery stands up. The man, seeing her, is shocked and says, how can this dead person be standing? Avery replies, hey, can't you see? I'm not dead. This tomato ketchup is really good. Really, Lou and Princess Annie's plan was great. Due to some rumors, these people were fooled. He says, but this will be difficult, we have 200 people. Miss Avery, quickly finish them off and come with us. Avery replies, alright, you guys go ahead, I'll finish my work and join you. They look at Avery, shocked, and say, we are doomed. Avery says, aren't you enjoying chasing me? Then, she kills them. Meanwhile, the leader says, there's no commotion here, I think they must be resting. These dogs have been chasing us like mad for 2 days. Then his servant says, Elder, you might be misunderstanding. Captain replies, hey, what are you trying to say? You are nothing but a dog. The captain beats him and says, you are brave to joke with me in such trouble. The servant, crying, says, Captain, I think the treasure map is real, that's why the mountain thugs are coming here to kill us. The captain says, tomorrow we'll reach Blade City, then they won't be able to kill us. On the other side, all of Lu's soldiers are eating. One boy says, this military food is very powerful, just a little and we are full. This is also our Lord's new invention. Another man says, hey, you guys talk too much, just eat quickly, tomorrow is our important mission. Then one man says, Captain, we've made a cave. The captain says, good job, everyone, come quickly and eat, we have to get up early tomorrow. Then another man says, I'm full, I'm going to sleep. This sleeping bag is really magical. I slept in a cave yesterday but didn't freeze to death. I think Lord is playing a joke on us. This sleeping bag is very light, it's easy to carry. Do you know when this will be on sale? He asks. He says, it's being said that only 20 sleeping bags have been made so far, and they've said that if we can't bring them with us, we'll have to destroy them. So, I don't think it will be available for sale. Then they all take out their sleeping bags and sleep. The next day, we are shown that there are many people walking, and the sound of their footsteps is heard. Upon hearing this, the captain wakes up and says, hey, get up quickly. They are coming after us, and in just 2 days, their numbers have increased a lot. Has their army arrived here? We should leave this place. With the help of a telescope, he is watching when he sees that those people are running away. He tells everyone, hey, everyone get ready, and remember that you need to make a lot of noise so that they think there are many people here. The others reply, okay, we understand. Just then, the sound of many people walking is heard. The captain says, hey, hurry up. They are very close now. After crossing the jungle, we will reach Blade City. Then, they are attacked with arrows. Somehow, they manage to reach there. Dis says, you couldn't catch Avery, but the treasure map was also stolen from you. Seriously, you re completely useless. The captain replies, those mountain thugs are very powerful. They've been after us for the past 2 days, trying to kill us. They are still outside the city. Dis asks, how many people are with them? The captain replies, there are about 200 of them. Dis says, first, fix your village and take 250 knights with you, and get the map at any cost. The captain says, okay. They were watching the outside of the city. Then, they see the captain bringing a lot of people along with him. He thinks to himself, they are really coming. They've fallen right into our trap. He tells his companions, they are bringing more than 200 knights with them. Everyone hide and follow our plan. Today's mission is extremely dangerous, so be careful. No one can die here. They all shout, okay, we understand. The captain of Blade City, with 200 knights, arrives in the forest. Just then, they are suddenly attacked. The captain says, hey, don't worry, quickly take out your shields and protect yourselves. Then, the knights take out their shields and place them on their heads, and the arrows hit the shields, leaving nothing behind. The captain laughs and says, today, I will definitely defeat you. Quickly, chase after them. He says, hurry up and run, these are Oasi knights. They start fleeing, and the captain shouts, catch them at any cost. Meanwhile, a new Oasi from Blade City is seen heading in a different direction, and he says, our Lord was absolutely right. According to their plan, all these knights will be chasing them. Alright, now it's our time, quickly start preparing the food. On the other side, Blade City's outskirts are shown, where slave people lived. Lu's soldiers go to them and say, if you want to stay alive, you must come to Yaju River, you will find food there. The people begin talking among themselves. One says, I feel like this is another scam. Anyone who goes there will never return. How can there be food there? Another demi-human says, we have been starving for days, we are about to die anyway. Let's go and check, if there is food, it will be great for us. They start heading towards the river. Just then, they see that food is indeed being prepared. New arrives and says, come here, food is ready for everyone. They quickly reach there and say, I need food too. The soldiers there say, don't worry, there's enough food for everyone. They serve food to everyone. They eat and say, this is really great, we are eating after so long. New says, what is the situation here? Another man replies, after receiving this news, everyone had arrived. The cold weather has really gotten worse here. If the Lord hadn't sent us here, these people would have died from the cold. Suddenly, someone is heard screaming. Hearing this, New quickly runs inside and says, "What's happening here?" A girl kills someone and says, "Did you come to take our food?" New replies, "No, we didn't." The girl attacks him. New screams, "Hey, stop." He thinks to himself, it seems like something is hidden in her clothes. The girl grabs his sword from her bandage and throws it from his hands. Kim says, "Hey, girl, stop. We came here to give you food." The girl says, "You are lying." Kim responds, "I'm not fooling you, you can go and check." He thinks to himself, this girl doesn't realize how strong I am. The girl says, "What do I have to give for this food?" He replies, "You don't need to give anything for this." The girl responds, "In this world, nothing comes for free, you have to give something for it. My sister says that anyone who helps only looks for their own gain." New asks, "What's your name?" The girl replies, "My name is Efari." On the other side, Blade City's knights surround another knight and attack him, saying, "Quickly give us the map, or I'll kill you." They strike the knight's stomach, and just then, the map falls from his bag. The captain grabs the map and says, "I've got the map now, kill these people." They flee, saying, "Life is very important, let's get out of here." After a while, the captain speaks to Ki, "You really scared me, that was a big risk." Ki replies, "This was the only chance we had. He'll never realize the map is fake. Let's go back to our base." Lu's soldiers, along with the servants, head from Blade City to Young City. Kim tells Efari, "This weather is really cold, go inside, or you'll catch a cold. I've translated the cleaned up text into English for you. Let me know if you'd like to make any changes or need further assistance." Frey says, "I am perfectly fine." New says, "How did you become a slave?" Frey replies, "You have so much power." Frey says, "Yes, I had food from Blade City in exchange for becoming a servant." New thinks to himself, this girl is really very innocent. Then he says, "Okay, who taught you to fight?" Frey says, "My elder sister." New says, "But why did she leave you alone?" Frey replies, "Because I am very weak, and I will get in their way." New says, "But what do they want for you to get in their way?" Frey says, "They are going to catch a dragon." New says, "A dragon? But I don't think there's a dragon here." Then, Frey gives him a letter. New takes the letter and gets shocked after reading it. It mentions that other people had seen a dragon, about 10 meters long, with a very large mouth and sharp teeth, walking on both feet. In return, you will get 10,000 to 30,000 gold coins. He thinks to himself, these people don't even know if it's a beast or a dragon. Frey says, "Will your lord tell me what I have to give to eat? I only know how to kill people. If I kill people, will I get food?" New says, "Hey, don't worry, you won't need to give anything for this." Frey says, "That's impossible, this can't happen." New says, "Just smile." Frey, showing her teeth, says, "Should I smile like this?" New laughs and says, "Hey, are you joking? This isn't a smile." Then, we are shown Blade City. A man says, "Lord, all the slaves from outside the city have escaped, and they blocked the city gates. We couldn't do anything." Tess says, "This is really strange. In such cold weather, all the servants left. Keeping them alive will cost a lot, and we've taken over 100 servants. That means they are very powerful." Then, the captain arrives. He says, "Lord, we returned. Master, I found the map. Here it is." Then, he looks at the map, gets shocked, and thinks to himself, this is only a quarter of the map. Then he asks, "Did you capture anyone?" The captain replies, "No, they all escaped, and we lost 30 soldiers." Hearing this, Des gets shocked and says, "What? You lost 30 knights and couldn't capture even one?" The captain says, "Master, the enemy was very strong. They suddenly attacked us with arrows, and we couldn't even react." Hearing this, Des gets angry, kicks him hard, and shouts, "You lost so many knights, and all for a quarter map. It would be better if you search for the rest of the maps." The captain says, "Lord, please forgive me. Please give me another chance, I won't fail again." Des thinks to himself, "My brother, you divided the map into 4 parts, so Elsa must have one. We already taken one from Avery. I have one now." Then he says, "Go, send people to find Elsa and get her out, and figure out the mountain thugs." The captain says, "Okay." Then, we are shown Young City. Toadie says, "It's really very cold. Dad said we are going to do a big deal here, but why haven't they arrived yet? I am freezing." He says, "Well, they came." Then he goes to check and gets shocked, saying, "What? Dad isn't here?" They even sent these Lu Knights to save them. Suddenly, his dad speaks from behind, "It's really cold. I didn't think it would be this cold in this weather. Toadie shouts, Dad, it took you this long to get here? Then, seeing them, he gets even more shocked. They start talking while looking at Young City. One man says, really, the roads here are so smooth, and the houses are really beautiful. We should ask the Lord about this. The second person says, the road here is very wide, and the houses are also very beautiful, but compared to my city, this is nothing. Tofu speaks softly, Papa, what are these people doing here? Tofu replies, everyone has heard a lot about Young City, so they have come here to explore. Then we are shown around the castle. Nikki says, this bamboo liquor is really very good, we don't need to keep it for long, and its taste is also amazing. On the other side, Bailey brings Eliza to the castle. Nikki asks, Eliza, what happened? Is there any problem in the shop? Eliza replies, no, there is no problem there. Bailey says, I brought Lisa here to eat with us. Lo says, you came at the perfect time. Try this new type of liquor and let me know. Then Mina and Annie say, Master, I will try it too. Lo shouts, you two don't even touch it. Then Eliza and Bailey start drinking. Eliza says, its taste is really amazing. Bailey says, no, it's very bitter. Lo takes her glass and says, if you don't like it, I will drink it. Bailey is shocked to see this and thinks to herself, she actually drank it. Lo says, Eliza, how does this liquor taste to you? Eliza replies, this is way better than the other liquor, its taste is really great. Nikki says, try this, it's a new bamboo liquor. Eliza, while drinking, says, this is really good, its smell is much better than before. Lo says, alright, hey Nikki, we will have to make liquor from bamboo next year, this is going to make us a lot of money. Nikki replies, this is really a great idea. Then Nikki, shocked, says, wait, stop. Eliza, this has 40% alcohol in it. Oh my, you actually drank it. Then Eliza says, oh Lord, can I ask you a question? Lo replies, yes, ask, what's the matter? Eliza asks, will you save all kinds of demi-humans? Lo replies, yes, absolutely. I don't care if they are human, ORC, or any kind of fairy, I will save them as long as they are in my city. Eliza says, thank you. All the people who came with Tofu enter the restaurant. Just then, one man angrily says, we 5 big bosses have come here, yet he hasn't arrived? Is he trying to show off his strength to us? Tofu replies, come on, let's eat first. Just then, a girl comes over and asks, sir, what would you like to order? The man says, wait, let me take a look first. As he scans the menu, he thinks to himself, everything here is so expensive. All the prices are listed in silver coins. He randomly orders something from the menu. The girl asks, sir, are you sure you want this? The man replies, yes, absolutely. Whatever I ordered, I want exactly that. A little while later, his order arrives. He yells, what is this? There's only soup and vegetables in it. Are you trying to fool me? Tofu responds, but you were the one who ordered it. The man shouts angrily, I am going to complain to your boss. But then, he suddenly looks shocked and says, wait, this is a vegetable dish. How is fresh produce available in such cold weather? Everyone looks at the dish and says, is this fake? But after tasting it, one man exclaims, this is actually delicious. Another man, after taking a bite, says, this is truly amazing and fresh. But I can't believe we're getting fresh vegetables in such freezing weather. After some time, there is only one serving of vegetables left, and people start fighting over it. One man says, I was the one who ordered this. Another replies, I ordered soup. But you already tasted my dish, right? Now I want to try this vegetable dish. Tofu thinks to himself, are these people really nobles? Their behavior is embarrassing. Just then, one man says, coming here wasn't such a bad idea after all. If Lu can grow fresh vegetables in such cold weather, that means he isn't an ordinary person. Everyone starts thinking, if I could learn the secret of growing vegetables in winter, I could make a lot of money. One man says, I think we're all wondering the same thing. How did Lu manage to grow vegetables in such extreme cold? You all want to uncover his secret, just like me, don't you? Another man responds, of course. But I don't think Lu will reveal his secret so easily. A third man adds, Young City is a small town. It will never develop on its own. We'll put pressure on the Lord and force him to work with us. The third city lord agrees, yes, you're all right. If he works with us, he will have no choice but to share his secret. Tofu thinks to himself, these people have no idea what their actual worth is in Young City. The next day, outside the castle. A man shouts, "We've been waiting for Lu Fang for an hour now." Another city lord says, "I think he's still asleep." Just then, Nicole arrives and says, "I apologize. Lord Lu stayed up late last night, which is why he woke up late today. He will arrive soon. Please wait here." Meanwhile, somewhere else, Avery says to Lu, "The princess said these people are here to cause trouble." Lu replies, "Yes, I know. Mina has already told me about their plan." Avery insists, "If they pose a threat to the princess, please let me eliminate them." Lu responds, "Calm down. If you kill the nearby castle lords, who would dare come to Young City after that?" Avery, frustrated, says, "This is really annoying." Lu smirks and says, "Don't worry, I already have a plan." A little while later, they arrive at the castle gates. Lu says, "I apologize for the delay. I stayed up late last night." Tofu asks, "Lord, how are you?" Lu replies, "Lord Tofu, you seem much better than before. It looks like your life has improved significantly." One man comments, "This is Young City's lord? He's just a kid." Lu says, "Alright, let's start the game." Another lord asks, "Lord Lu, what kind of game is this?" Lu explains, "It's called hockey. The teams must work together to hit the ball into the opponent's goal using hockey sticks." Tofu asks, "Lord Lu, what kind of shoes are they wearing? How are they walking so easily on the ice? I've never seen anything like this before." Lu replies, "These are special shoes designed for sliding on ice." Tofu stands up and says, "Wow. This is really amazing." Then, he thinks to himself, "This game is really very interesting. If I introduce this game in the city, I won't have to spend the whole day sleeping in the castle, and I won't get too bored." Then he shouts, "Hey Lord! How much do these shoes cost?" Lu replies, "The price of these shoes is 10 silver coins. A player's complete equipment, including the stick and knee pad, costs 1 gold coin. A team consists of 15 players, and to play this game, a total of 30 players are required." All the city lords are shocked and think to themselves, 30 gold coins just to play a game? Lu says, "This game is really very fun. I think even you can play it." One of the city lords, whose name is Joseph, thinks to himself, "Lu is showing off his power. It seems like our plan is not going to work." Then Lu says, "Yes, besides that, Lord Joseph, I heard that you sell horses. How much do big and normal horses cost?" Joseph replies, "We sell big horses for 1 gold coin and normal horses for 30 silver coins." Lu asks, "How many horses do you currently have?" Joseph responds, "We have around 300 horses, and their total cost would be approximately 390 gold coins." Lu says, "I will buy all the horses." Joseph, shocked, says, "What? All the horses?" Lu responds, "Yes, absolutely. Is there any problem?" Joseph quickly replies, "No. Not at all." Lu continues, "Now, we are going to produce canned fish in large quantities, which will be very useful for an army. Hey, Lord Tofu, would you like to buy some?" Tofu replies, "Yes, absolutely. How much will you sell it for?" Lu says, "You are my old friend, so I will give you 100 canned fish within 10 days. Tofu exclaims, "Now that's a deal. This is perfect." Then Joseph and Tofu stand beside Lu. Seeing this, the other lords are shocked and think to themselves, "Weren't we supposed to work together? Our entire plan has failed. We've been betrayed." After some time, all the people leave after watching the game. Just then, New returns and says, "Lord, my task is complete." Lu says, "You have done a great job. Was there any problem? How many people were you able to bring with you?" New responds, "We brought 800 slaves with us, but 400 others died due to the cold." At that moment, Lu looks at Frey and asks, "Who is this girl?" New replies, "Her name is Frey. She is one of the servants. She knows how to fight, and she claims to be a killer. I didn't know what to do with her, so I brought her to you." Frey speaks up, "Are you the Lord? I ate your rice. What do I need to give in return?" New says, "She has been saying for a long time that no one gives food for free and keeps asking what she has to offer in return. That's why I brought her here." Frey says, "I don't know how to do anything except kill people." Lu thinks to himself, "Killing people?" Then he says, "Alright, whenever I need someone killed, I'll let you know. Until then, I'll stay here." Frey nods and says, "Alright." Lu then says, "Hey Mina, take her for a bath and give her some warm clothes." Mina replies, "Okay." Mina takes Frey for a bath and, looking at her, thinks to herself, "She is so thin. Something terrible must have happened to her." Then Mina says, "Alright, LL take off these clothes. They very dirty now. Frey responds, my sister put this on me so I could live among humans and become a skilled killer. This helps me hide my ears. Meena asks, are you pretending to be human? Are you an ORC? Then she lifts Frey's clothing and exclaims, hey Frey, you are a Celia demi-human. Then, seeing her back, Meena is shocked and asks, wait, where are your wings? Next, we are shown Stone Forest, which is considered a paradise for bird demi-humans. However, it is also the coldest place. Due to the extreme cold, bird demi-humans cannot escape from there. Those who manage to leave during winter cannot fly because of the freezing winds. Taking advantage of this situation, hunters capture them. Bird demi-humans are considered rare and valuable, and if someone finds one, they can sell them for a great fortune. That's why people capture bird demi-humans. Sometime later, everyone starts eating. Meanwhile, Meena informs everyone about this situation. Viva says, I think someone must have taken Frey's feather. Lo says, eat first, then we, LL talk about it. Hey Frey, open your mouth and try this. Just then, Frey opens her big mouth and starts eating. She finds the food very delicious and starts eating a lot. Lo says, if you eat more, I think you, LL get a new feather sooner. Frey asks, are you telling the truth? Lo replies, of course. Do I ever lie? Frey says, when my sister cut my feather, she said it would take 2 to 3 years to grow back. It's been 3 years, but my feather hasn't grown yet. Hearing this, Bailey angrily says, your sister cut off your feather? What happened to her? Has she gone crazy? Frey responds, don't say anything about my sister. She cut my feather so that I wouldn't fall into human hands. Lo says, alright, enough now. No one would want to hurt their little sister. She must have done it to protect you. Frey asks, what can I do for you if you help me find my sister? Lo replies, your sister is a dragon slayer, right? Tell me more about her. Frey says, she is a powerful killer. She ranks 3rd among the 1,000 bounty hunters. Hearing this, Meena is shocked and says, what? She is ranked 3rd among the 1,000 bounty hunters? She even has another title, Wing Killer. All the kingdoms are searching for her because she has killed many dukes. Lo, patting Frey's head, says, don't worry. No matter what, we'll find your sister. And as for money, we'll discuss that when your sister arrives. Frey replies, alright. The next scene shows the greenhouse. Annie says, the color of this flower is amazing. If we sell it in winter, we'll make a lot of money. Nicole adds, yes. Besides that, we can also use it in food. Lo says, your idea is great, but there's another way we can make even more money. Annie asks, without selling it directly or using it in food, how else can we use this flower to make money? Then, Lo takes the flower to the library, turns it into perfume, and says, here, take a sniff. It's ready. Annie says, it smells amazing. And we can store it for up to 6 months. This is way better than the one I used before. Lo asks, Annie, compared to the perfume you used before, how does this one rank? If I sell it, how much would I get? Annie replies, this one is much better. You can sell it for about 10 gold coins. Lo says, in a few days, Solo will arrive here. I'll start preparing to make more perfumes, and Solo will help us sell them to the nobles. Darlene and Catherine set out for Young City. Catherine asks, have we reached Young City yet? I feel like I am going to get stuck here. Darlene replies, we'll be there soon. If you bored, you can play with your guards. I didn't know you were coming, but you brought so many people with you. You'll have to pay for their tickets. Catherine says, I sneaked out from there, but I have no idea where these people came from. Darlene touches her coat and asks, why is your face so red? Are you okay? Catherine responds, yes, I'm fine, but I feel dizzy. Darlene, worried, says, hey, Catherine, are you okay? What happened to you all of a sudden? After a while, they finally reach Young City. As soon as Darlene steps off the ship and starts walking ahead, a girl says, hey, Miss Darlene. There's only one way to cure Catherine, we have to drain her blood. Darlene angrily replies, forget it. Draining her blood won't do anything. Just then, a man named New approaches and says, hello, I'm Darlene, the daughter of Merchant Solo. Are you a guard of Young City? New responds, yes, I'm a guard. Darlene asks, is there any witch in Young City? My friend is seriously ill, and I need a witch immediately. The guard replies, we don't have a witch, but we do have a doctor. Darlene, confused, asks, a doctor? What's that? New explains, when someone falls sick, they go to a doctor. Our most powerful doctor is the city lord. I'll go inform him right away. You bring the patient. Darlene takes Catherine to the castle. While checking her, Lo says, she has a 103 degrees fever and has been sick for a long time. If this continues, she won't survive. Catherine, worried, asks, what should we do now? Lo replies, only an injection will work now. Quickly, pull down her pants. I need to give her the injection. Darlene, shocked, exclaims, no. This is completely wrong. Catherine is the Duke's daughter. If he finds out, he will never forgive you. Lo seriously states, this is a critical treatment. The injection is the only way to cure her. If we delay any longer, her condition will worsen. Darlene, deep in thought, realizes, life is really more important. Then she says, alright, but don't tell anyone that you saw Catherine's body. Lo nods and replies, got it. Then, he gives Catherine the injection. Scene changes, outside the castle, Catherine's guards are waiting. One of them says, I don't think Catherine will survive, and the Duke will hold all of us responsible. Another guard adds, this is all Darlene's fault. If the witch had drained Catherine's blood, she would have been fine by now. But Darlene took her to a doctor. A man suddenly suggests, how about we set up a trap? We can put all the blame on Young City and Darlene. That way, the Duke's anger will fall on Young City instead. Another guard agrees, yes, that's a great idea. Let's do it. As they try to enter the castle, a guard stops them and says, I already told you, no one is allowed inside without permission. One man angrily shouts, Miss Catherine is inside. I am her friend, so why can't I go in? Your lord has killed our Catherine, that's why you are stopping us from going inside. The castle guard tries to stop them, you may be nobles, but I'm just doing my duty. Just then, someone else arrives and sternly asks, who is causing trouble here? A nobleman furiously responds, we are nobles from the capital. Your lord has killed Miss Catherine. We demand an explanation. Key says, I don't know if any noble has come here from the capital, and you people are causing trouble in Young City. Now, you will regret this. Then he attacks him. After killing them, Key says, lock all of them in the guard department. I will inform the lord about this. After a while, Mina comes and says, hey, master. Darling wants to meet you. Lu says, alright, send her in. Darling enters and says, Lord Lu, thank you. You saved Catherine. She has woken up, but she is having a hard time getting up. On her behalf, I sincerely thank you. Lu says, alright, sit down. I need to talk to you. You are Solo's daughter, right? Does anyone here build ships? Darling replies, yes, we have such a person. Lu says, to be honest, I want to build a shipyard for some large ships. That's why I need an experienced builder. I am ready to offer a high salary for this. Can you send someone to handle this task? Darling thinks to herself, Young City isn't even that big, so what will he do with so many ships? Then she says, alright, I will arrange it, but we only have ships between 12 to 30 meters long. Besides, I have seen that there are already ships in Young City. Lu says, we currently have 12 ships, but that is not enough for the long term. They are too small. Large ships should be at least 50 meters long. Darling replies, are you joking? A 50-meter long ship is extremely expensive. Besides, no one builds them because they are highly accident-prone. A single mistake can destroy the entire shipyard. Lu says, don't worry, I have already planned everything. Once the ship is built, you will see. I will pay each worker 500 copper coins per month. I hope you will agree to this. Darling thinks to herself, 500 copper coins. That's twice the regular salary. Does he really have a plan? Does he seriously think that with just a few workers, he can build such a massive ship? Whatever. I'll agree to it. I know his plan will fail. Then she says, alright, I agree. I will inform the workers about this. Lu says, Miss Darling, thank you. Just then, Solo arrives and says, hello, Lord. Oh, Darling, you are here too? Darling replies, Father, I'm sorry I couldn't meet you earlier. Solo says, no problem. Lord Lu's men have already informed me about this. Well, it's great news that Catherine has been saved. Lu says, I invited Solo here because I want to discuss a business partnership. You must know, Mr. Solo manages our clothing business, and he only wants 1% of the profit. Darling is shocked upon hearing this and thinks, 1%? That's way too low. Solo says, after selling clothes, we earn 1,000 gold coins every year. Darling thinks, the sales volume is excellent, but the profit is too low. How did Father agree to this? Lu says, I want you to sell my product, and this product can only be sold in the capital. Darling is shocked and says, what? Lou reassures her, don't worry, I won't make you work for free. I will increase your profit share to 5%, and Young City will provide you with 5 types of products to sell. Check them out first, then decide. Without my permission, you won't be able to sell them to anyone else. Solo is shocked after reading the terms and says, alright, I will sign. Hearing this, Darlene is completely shocked. Then, Solo takes his son to a restaurant. Gul says, Dad, you took so long to come. But why did you bring this, devil sister, with you? Darlene grabs his throat and says, hey boy. Have you really become so brave in just a few days? Do you really have the courage to call me, devil? Gul nervously replies, hey sis, I am sorry. Then he asks Solo, Dad, why did you agree to her condition? Solo says, Darlene, what do you think? Am I stupid? Darlene replies, although Young City has great purchasing power, there are very few people here. So, this is nearly impossible. I don't think he will be able to make much money. Solo laughs and says, you are still very young. You are judging Young City by your own standards without any experience. If you keep thinking like this, I don't think you'll ever be able to run a business. First, order what you want to eat. Then, Darlene reads the menu and is shocked. She says, vegetables in such cold weather? Is this a joke? Gul responds, no, I've eaten it before. It actually tastes really good. Darlene says, Dad, can I see the list of products that Lo gave? Then, while reading the list, Darlene says, paper? Yeah, I know toilet paper, packing paper, wine, canned fish, perfume? What is all this? Father, isn't perfume made only in the capital city? And isn't the perfume industry controlled by the fourth prince? This perfume only lasts for a few days, right? By the time it reaches here, won't it expire? Solo replies, the perfume that Lord sells is completely different. Its fragrance is extremely fresh, and it can be stored for up to 6 months. Darlene, completely shocked, says, what? A perfume can last for 6 months? The perfume business is highly profitable. And there are so many nobles in the capital. Even with just a 5% profit, we can still make a lot of money. Now I understand why you agreed to this. Honestly, this lord is like a magician. Solo jokingly says, hey, are you impressed by Lord Lo? If you are not in love with someone else yet, then Lord would actually be a great match for you. You're smart, and he's smart too. You two would make a great pair. If you don't try, he might become someone else's husband. Darlene shouts, Dad, stop talking nonsense. A little later, their food arrives. Darlene says, Dad, I am going to the castle to see Catherine. Solo replies, alright. Then Darlene shouts, hey Gul, read carefully, or you'll regret it. Gul responds, alright, I got it. As she leaves, she sees Elisa working. In her mind, she thinks, this girl looks just like Elisa. Whatever, I need to go meet Catherine. Catherine wakes up and says, where did darling go? I am feeling really hungry. Just then, she hears the sound of the gate opening. She mutters to herself, oh, finally, you're back. You've been missing for so long. Now, I'll scare you. Then she suddenly stands up, shouting, hey, darling. Where have you been? Lou is shocked to see this and says, what? Catherine says, oh, Lord Lou, it's you. I'm sorry, I thought you were darling. Lou replies, no problem. Well, it's good that you're feeling better. I brought some food for you. Wait, let me check if your fever is gone. Catherine thinks to herself, this lord is really very handsome. Lou touches her forehead and says, it's still a little warm. When I go back, I'll bring some medicine for you. But first, eat this. Catherine replies, all right. Just then, Darling enters and says, Lord Lou, you're here? Lou says, Miss Darling, you're finally back. Catherine is already much better now. Let her rest, and she'll recover quickly. Saying this, he leaves. Darling asks, why are you just sitting here? Be careful, or you might catch a fever again. Catherine says, Darling, I met my prince. He is so handsome and so intelligent. Darling responds, how many times have I told you not to read too many of Princess Lucy's novels? Even after getting sick, you're still dreaming. Then she adds, besides, you know what? I saw a girl in a shop who looks just like Alicia. Isn't that really strange? Catherine says, Alicia? But Todd said she was heading south. What is she doing here? Darling replies, I'm not sure either, but that girl had gray-colored hair, and she was talking nicely to everyone. Catherine says, I'm feeling fine now. How about we go there tomorrow and check it out? Darling replies, all right, but first, eat this. Catherine eats it and says, wow, this is really delicious. The next day they head toward the shop. Looking around, Catherine says, "Wow! The atmosphere here is amazing. Orcs and humans are talking to each other so nicely. This place is really wonderful." She continues, "This was exactly the scene in Princess Lucy's novel. She would absolutely love Young City." Darling says, "Young City is truly a great place. When we go back, we'll tell Princess Lucy everything about it." A while later they reach a restaurant. Darling says, "Look over there, it's her." Then she walks up and calls out, "Hey, Alicia." Catherine says, "I'm sorry about that. I was looking for someone else." The girl replies, "It's all right." Darling says, "I think I made a mistake. Maybe Alicia had already gone south a long time ago." Catherine says, "Don't be so sad. You know she's strong, so nothing will happen to her." Suddenly, Alicia appears and says, "Hey, Darling." Catherine and Darling look at her in shock and say, "Alicia? I can't believe it's you. How are you?" Alicia replies, "It's a long story. But what are you two doing here?" Darling says, "I came here for business," and Catherine just tagged along. Catherine says, "Hey, Alicia. Why are you wearing such strange clothes? You look so different." Alicia whispers, "There are too many people here. Let's go home and talk about this." They reply, "All right." A while later, at Alicia's house, Darling, shocked, says, "What? You want to live in Young City? That's way too dangerous. Young City is still under the territory of the Young Lung Kingdom. If anyone finds out that you're an elf, a lot of bounty hunters will come after you." Catherine says, "How about you come with us to the capital?" Alicia says, "I am really lucky that I met you guys in the capital. Otherwise, I would never have been able to leave that place. Young City is very different from other cities. Here, orcs and humans live together peacefully. No one cares about which race someone belongs to, and the Lord of Young City's castle is truly a very good person. He has promised me that if any race comes to Young City, he will protect them." Darlene says, "Yeah, I know. Lou is very different from normal people, but he has a lot of work. He can't always be there to protect you, right?" Catherine says, "Yes, that's absolutely right. So, it would be better if you come with us. If anyone finds out about you, you won't be able to survive here alone." Alicia says, "Yes, I know that the Lord is very busy, but last time, the guards saved me from those people. I thought I would get caught this time, but they arrived at the last moment and captured them. I am really safe here, and I am also earning money by working. This is exactly the kind of life I wanted." Darlene says, "All right, since this is your decision, we can't say much about it. But if you ever need our help, just let us know." Alicia says, "All right, thank you for that. Anyway, it's already quite late. How about you guys stay here tonight and tell me what's going on in the capital?" Darlene says, "Seriously, your room is really nice." Alicia says, "Lord Lou built this place. It's like a hotel, but it's very cheap, and there are night patrols as well, so no one faces any trouble. This place is completely safe." Darlene says, "Hey Catherine. Let's rent a place here and stay too." Catherine, shocked, says, "But why?" Darlene says, "You re the Duke's daughter. You can't stay in a stranger's house for too long. So, tomorrow, you'll have to say goodbye to him." Catherine says, "All right." The next day at the military department, everyone is training hard. Nu says, "Hey everyone. Give it your all and work hard. I am telling you in advance, whoever fails to complete this test within a month will have to leave and find work elsewhere to earn their food. You will not get free food here." The soldiers shout in response, "Understood. We will give our best and train with all our might." Just then, Nu sees Lou and walks up to him, saying, "Master." Lou asks, "How's everything going here? How many people have given up so far?" Nu replies, "Not many. We still have 350 people with us." Lou says, "Good, keep training them. The horses will arrive in 6 to 7 days, then start their horseback riding training." Nu says, "Don't worry, Master. I will handle everything." Lou, thinking to himself, says, "These people will become the main force of Young City, with more than 400 soldiers. Even though they won't be the best warriors in the world, they will still be strong enough to defeat 1,000 knights with ease if they wear the armor I designed. Apart from that, I also have to prepare the ships. The people of these castles are really troublesome to deal with. Negotiating with them is extremely difficult." Then, he asks, "Has the wood we collected dried yet?" Nu replies, "Yes, it has dried. In 2 days, we will send people to the Forbidden Mountain to gather more wood." Nu, shocked, says, "Master, are you sure? If they do this, they will be extremely exhausted." Lou says, "Yes, for now, that's what they will do. Besides, we will need a lot of wood to build the shipyard." Nu says, "Master, your plan is really brilliant. Training and work will happen simultaneously." Later, Lou returns to the mansion and asks, "Hey, Annie. How much gold do we have right now?" Annie says, "Wait, let me take a look." Then, after checking, she says, "Master, we currently have 223 gold coins. Even if we consider all the expenses and salaries, we will still have some gold coins left. But when Joseph's horse arrives here, we will have to pay a lot of money for it as well." Lu thinks to himself, we can earn a lot of money, especially next spring when we sell our goods in the market. But right now, we are neither able to save money nor earn enough. Just then, the others say, "Hey, master." Lu asks, "What happened?" Annie says, "Master, I have 22 silver coins. When will I buy a lollipop from you to save money?" Nicole says, "I also have some silver coins. If that's not enough, I'll borrow from my father." Base says, "I've already spent all my money." Mina says, "I can take on a hunting mission. It's been a long time since I last hunted someone." Avery says, "I'll take on a hunting mission too." Lu says, "Alright. But it's not like we are out of money. You guys can keep your money and buy things for yourselves." Annie says, "But..." Lu says, "Hey, Annie, have you forgotten about our restaurant's profit?" Annie says, "Oh, I totally forgot about that." She quickly opens the ledger, starts reading, and is shocked. She exclaims, "How is this possible? We are earning 7 gold coins in just 3 days. If this continues, we can increase our revenue and reduce expenses. But if Darlene's people don't arrive on time, we won't be able to cover our costs." Lu says, "No worries. If they manage to sell in the capital, it will be great." Annie says, "But this stuff is very expensive. What if something goes wrong?" Lu says, "Don't worry, Solo will take care of everything." Just then, Avery says, "If there was an auction here, it would be amazing. I would steal money from rich people." Annie says, "Master, that's a great idea. If we organize an auction here and invite merchants, I can sell my exclusive lollipops in the auction." Mina says, "I can sell all my cooked food too." Nicole says, "I only have 1 bottle left." Base says, "Yeah, me too." Avery says, "I already drank everything." Lu says, "Hey, stop it, you guys. You're acting like I've gone bankrupt." Lu continues, "The auction idea is really great, but we won't host one just yet. Instead, we will participate in an auction first." Hearing this, everyone is shocked. They ask, "Participate?" Lu calls both of them and says, "I need your help with something. Can you both try this wine and tell me how much it might be worth?" Both of them look at the wine bottle and think to themselves, "This black bottle, is it made of glass?" Then, they start drinking the wine. Catherine says, "This is really amazing. Its taste isn't too strong, but it's both sweet and sour." Darlene says, "This is the first time I am drinking such fine wine. If you sell this to a noble, you'll easily get 10 gold coins. This wine is absolutely delicious, and making it is really difficult. After advertising, its price will increase even more." Hearing this, Catherine is shocked and says, "This costs that much?" Then, she turns to Lu and says, "I'm sorry. I drank your expensive wine. Do I have to pay for it?" Lu replies, "No, there's no need for that." Then, he asks, "Is there a major auction happening in any nearby city?" Darlene responds, "If you leave now, it will take you 7 days to reach there. You'll find a city named Tanjing City, where 20,000 people live. The lord there is Tingy, and he holds an auction once a month. You only have 11 days left to participate in the next auction. Are you planning to go there and sell this wine?" Lu says, "Yes, you're right." Catherine asks, "Lu, can you come with us?" Lu replies, "All right, thanks for inviting me." Blushing, Catherine says, "It's no problem." Seeing this, Darlene is shocked and thinks to herself, has Catherine fallen in love with Lu? If the Duke finds out that his daughter is in love with a regular noble, then? I really need to talk to Catherine. If I take Elisa's mother's help, convincing her will be much easier.